I am on my way down to Quartzite, Arizona. I'm going to hang out with a few people down there. There is the RTR that I don't think I'm really going to see too much of, but there is also a ham radio event that I want to see, and then there is a truck camper event that I'm going to go to. It was a lot of fun to do the truck campers last year. I need to make my way down. I am staying up around Vancouver and Portland area right now overnight, and I need to make my way down through California, Oregon, the rest of Oregon and California, and there are high wind advisories up to 55 miles an hour, so I may have to change my plan going down I-5 over to heading over inland to get some mountain ranges between me and the winds coming in offshore to kind of give me a little less wind action. And then there's also going to be a lot of snow up in the mountains, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I've got another 3 days of driving to get down to where I'm going, and I'm just going to make some videos along the way, kind of show you what's happening and try to keep things interesting. Let's see, hopefully on this trip I will make my way through several different sites, national parks. I want to hit Carlsbad Caverns and eventually end up over by South Padre Island and hang out at the beach for a while. I don't know exactly when I'll get to that point, but it'll be a while, and the journey is half the fun. So right now I will show you what's going on here. I just am moving. I slammed everything into the truck camper so that I could get down here. If I didn't just go, I wasn't going to go. So let me show you a little bit around the truck camper here. But there you go. I have stuff piled up on the bed here. Not too much. First aid kits, cameras, all the necessities. Got my printer because I know I'm going to have to do some work on the road while I'm there. And got the stove. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any scones here. I brought some scone mix, but we'll see what happens. I was hoping to make some on the way down. And then over here in the dinette, I just had to pile everything in there. And we've got the furnace blowing right now. You can hear that. You can't feel it, but it's nice and toasty. I like it. Okay, so then I need to do some clean out in the fridge and freezer here. The stuff I have in here is rescue food from the refrigerator at home. Some of you may know that the fridge at home died, so I had to buy a new one, and that cost me $3,600, which wasn't my favorite thing in the world to have to do, putting out a bunch of money for a new fridge, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's take a look outside here, the rest stop, and you can kind of see and hear what's going on. It's a little bit quieter. Several of these trucks had engines running, and right now they are not. So it's getting a little quieter around here. But this is a huge rest area. They have cars and stuff parked all over the place, and I had to put a ramp up under the front wheel there, because there you can just make out the yellow of the ramp up there. But I couldn't stay here the way it was because it was so sloped and unlevel, and that pretty much took care of the problem. So let me just close this up. And so it's not perfect right now. I keep my level up here on the range hood, and I can put it over here, and you can see that the bubble is, it's not too bad, but so you see I've got about a 1/4 inch per foot of slope going forward, and over here There's the bubble. So we got about a ½ inch of slope per foot going from the right to the left, and that's okay. I can live with that. Okay, so that is the quick update here. I'm just hanging out, and I'm going to go to bed in a couple of minutes. But one thing I like is I've got my DC charger there, and that thing got my batteries up to 100% charge on the drive down here. So I have a ton of power ready to go, 400 amp hours of lithium power in there, and that is going to burn all night. Let me put this back. Okay, so I have about 3 days of driving that I have to do, and I have to go down and visit my brother in Las Vegas, and then I'm gonna head on down and meet up with friends in the Quartzite area and hang out and have fun. And I think we're gonna be at Hobotex Camp early on this year, so we'll see what happens. So I think I will add that I went to Love's fuel station and checked oil and coolant in the radiator reservoir. Everything was fine. I had some suspicious leakage going on, and it doesn't seem to have happened on this trip so far. And I have had the engine revving 4,000 RPM a few times getting on to the freeway. So I will wait and see how things go as the trip progresses. And then my oil level was just fine too. I run 540 oil in it, and use the thin oil for this Ford 5.4 liter engine, because it's got small passageways in it that you need to have thin oil to be able to get oil to flow through them, and then also keep the passages clear, prevent dirt from building up, because if there are some hydraulic timing chain tensioners, and you don't want those to not work for you. So anyway, the other thing was I went into Love's and grabbed a tire pressure gauge, which is a pretty nice gauge. If I can find where I put that. Oh, here. So I picked up a nice tire pressure gauge. Well, first I'll show you I got a tire repair kit, because you just never know what you're going to need when you're on the road. And I do have some good Load Range E Les Schwab Toyo tires that I'm very happy with. This is the tire gauge I got here, so it's a nice and hefty gauge. It's solid. It's not like the one that I bought at O'Reilly's, and this one here, it was $18, and I think it's a pretty good gauge. I'm going to use it in the morning because my left rear tire was looking a little bit suspicious, and so I want to make sure that I have good air pressure in that. And then the other thing you always got to have is an assortment of little fuses. So I bought some 30s, 20s, and 15s, but the problem, I needed a 10, which is a red, and those buggers, the only 10 amp fuse they had was in a multi-fuse pack. And so I bought a one pack of all the other ones they had, and then to get the 10 amp fuse I needed, I bought this multi-pack, and the fuse packages were about $7, almost $8 a piece. Anyway, it's very good to have those things hanging around, because you always need them when you don't have them, so I prefer to have them rather than not. Okay, so I think that's everything here. I think I have shown you all my goodies. I guess the last thing, these are the 20s, I believe. No, those are the 15s. The only other thing to report is I was going to go to Burgerville and treat myself to a nice burger, bacon cheeseburger. But the problem is that they, I decided to go to Carl's Jr. at Love's because it was convenient. But I got the A1 Angus Special, and I wasn't very thrilled with it because I'm eating the beef out of the patty, and as I'm eating this meat, I can feel like little crunchies in the patty, which is an odd sensation when you're eating a hamburger. And so I'm trying to figure out, well, what is that crunchiness? Is it like, do they have like bone bits ground up in here with it or what? And so anyway, I pitched half of my burger, and then I wasn't really thrilled with the fries either. It just, I don't know, didn't really taste great. And, the Iron Truck Camper Chef is into fine cuisine, and I just don't get along with processed beef products. A lot of times the chicken patties and stuff like that, I can handle those okay. McDonald's filet of fish it seems to be pretty agreeable to me. And then I do like McDonald's fries. Those are always a pretty good French fry. But anyway, that's I guess that is the rest of the report for today. And then, there's a whole host of other things. I had to fix a couple of roofs before I left, and then I had to run over and get some medications before I left. And with all the delays, I didn't get out of town until just after 3 o'clock, and I finally got onto I-5 South at 4 o'clock, and so I spent 2 hours in traffic from Seattle down to Tacoma before the traffic finally cleared out and I got free running again. And then when I got down towards Vancouver, there was about a 3 or 4 mile backup with only 2 lanes of traffic, and it just went at a crawl. So that was another 45-minute delay. Always something, I tell you. Okay, so I guess that is the full update for today. I will see you on the next video. If you want, I would appreciate your subscription, any comments you have, any questions you have, and I will try to answer them, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.